Hey guys, welcome to this tutorial. Today I'm going to go over how to create a carousel. And if you don't know what a carousel is, basically what you see here is a carousel. Actually, I'll show you what other types of carousels are. Jcarousel. Okay, let me go here and show you a demonstration of what other carousels look like. See simple carousel. So this is an example of a type of carousel. This is the one that I'm going to be showing you how to create. It's more versatile. And what I mean by versatile is the main reason I'm making this tutorial is because if you check out my carousel, you can actually click the links and you can go to a new page. Whereas if you go to this one, if I check this one here, I can't even click it. And I tried using this particular one, Jcarouser, for clients, for one of my clients' websites, and I had to make these into images. I couldn't do it. I tried looking through the Jcarouser development script, and it was just too much of a pain in the butt. And in the end, I decided to create my own, and it was actually a lot easier and a lot simpler than I thought. Because if you take a look at some of these open source carousel applications, they're really complex. Like they're like 30 kilobytes of pure code, and that's like 500-600 lines of JavaScript that you have to go through, and you don't need all that. And in fact, if I take a look at my carousel, this is my HTML page. Oops. And okay, there you go. So if you take a look at my HTML page, that's pretty much it. That's all you need. This is just the main part for the carousel. It's all in a div called carousel. Carousel container, and of course you have the jQuery file, and this is the main one, carousel.js. And if you take a look at it, I've commented it out a lot, and it's still only 53 lines. So pure code, it's like 20 lines. That's literally all you need for this application. And I wanted to show you guys that sometimes making an application is a lot easier than you think. So I'm mainly doing this because when I first looked at jQuery, Jcarouser, I was like, wow, this is super complex. I'm never going to be able to finish this for my clients in time. And then when I actually started creating my own, looking at other people's tutorials, looking at other websites, downloading their JavaScript and their carousel applications and customizing it for my own use, I realized it's actually pretty gosh darn easy. So that's pretty much it. And of course, I've set it so that every 5 seconds it moves to the right one time, and then if I hover over it, it stops the automatic move feature. So if I move my mouse out of the carousel and wait 5 seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I guess that was 5 seconds. It starts again. So every 5 seconds, starts doing that again. And if I move my mouse over it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's not moving anymore. And of course, you can go to the left infinite amounts of times, whereas in Jcarouser, if you go all the way to the end, you can't go anymore. You have to go back. It actually like fades out, the button fades out, and that's how this one works. And I needed one that all looped infinitely as well. And that's all my code. It's super easy. And of course, the way I've done it is I'm not going to code it with you guys, but instead I made it a very detailed commenting in the JavaScript file, the main one that you'll be looking at, and I explained every single little bit so you can experiment, try new things with the code yourself. One thing I didn't mention here is I did run into some trouble because of the way that I positioned it. Apparently, if the way how I position this, use the main CSS file. Of course, there's the CSS file as well that I made. It's really small. It's global CSS. Of course, you have the CSS reset, and this is pretty much it. Like what, like 40 about like 40 lines of 35 lines of CSS code is all you need. And the main thing is I used overflow because it's infinite, and then I'm continuously positioning the furthest to right element to the furthest left, or vice versa, depending on which left or arrow button I click. And I've hidden the extra portions that I don't want to see, that overflows out of the div, with this particular line, overflow hidden. And apparently in IE 7 and 6, if you use this property, it actually doesn't work, and I had to figure that out through the CSS. I did not include how to do that in the CSS files or in the comment sections, but you have to basically, depending on how you structure your HTML code, you have to basically fool around with the position relative and position absolute values, and you have to play around with the positioning of the div tags. I eventually figured it out, but it is a bit of a pain in the ass, and you do have to figure that portion out. Because of course this is just the carousel portion here, but in any normal website you want to move this carousel and implement it inside your website with your other elements and your other div tags and such. And that's where I kind of had the problem, because I had that particular div that contained the carousel in an absolute position element, and I just had to figure that out for IE6 and 7. Just giving you a heads up that it's to do with the positioned elements mainly. If you Google it, you'll find plenty of other blog posts discussing that particular topic. And of course, this is on my home server, but I'll be uploading it to the to my main website, www.freetutorialsrock.com, and I'll be posting up a demo link there as well. I hope you guys, and of course you can also include margins in between the pictures. I didn't do that here because I guess I didn't really feel like it, but if you do that, all you have to do is change the image width in the JavaScript and the CSS files. You'll know which ones I'm talking about once you read through the comments that I wrote. And you can have margins here, like here there's like 10 pixels of margin in between the pictures, and you can do the same thing. And of course you can make it go more than one image to the right at a time or to the left at a time. You can change that in the JavaScript. I've made it the simplest as possible, just once over each time. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys find the files that I give you guys for free pretty useful. You can of course use it in your own websites without any attribution to me. I want you guys just to learn the best from it and have fun. Alright, then I'll peace out, and I'll see you guys next time.